You know, a few days ago I received a comment of one of my videos. The title of the video was the ADHD, the unfair advantage, and the comment was from someone, I think her name is Jana, and she was saying, I am a software developer from Slovenia. I was trying to help my daughter with her ADHD and dyslexia when it struck me, oh my god, this is me. And I replied to this message with my experience. I've been diagnosed with ADHD when I was almost 40, so I lived with ADHD for most of my life, and I received lots of comments about my performance as a student, my performance as a son, my performance as many things. And without knowing that there was ADHD, that built in me that feeling of being an imposter. So that's something I wanted to share. So I already made a video about imposter syndrome, but with time I started to realize that my interest in psychology, my interest in the imposter syndrome was related to my undiagnosed ADHD. And I think in this video there are a few things that are important that I want to share with others that are in a similar situation. So the first thing is try to understand if you have ADHD. The only way to do that is getting diagnosed by a professional. So just decide to do that and start the journey. And once you have the diagnosis, everything will change. Everything will change because everything will start to make sense, and you're going to be ready to take that as a next challenge. If you have ADHD, you know what I mean when I say the word challenge. We are driven by challenges. Whenever there is a challenge, we transform ourselves, we become superhumans, and that's what we need. I used to create for myself that sense of pressure in order to operate in the normal way. So with time, without the diagnosis, I had lots of trial and error to build systems around my ADHD, and those systems allowed me to become a successful software engineer. I have 15 plus years of experience. I started as individual contributor, I became team lead, and now I'm leading large teams in large organizations. So if someone tells you that you cannot do something because you have ADHD, is wrong. You can do anything, you just need to understand how. So as I said, the first thing is getting the diagnosis. As soon as you get the diagnosis, then you have to create your map. What do I mean we created your map? You can focus on what works for you, what works for your brain. And when I say focus, it's not just an activity that you do, it's your entire life. By the time you go to bed, the time you wake up, how you do your shower, when you do your shower, what you eat, if you don't eat, what you eat, and how you structure your day. What type of activities are giving you energy, what type of activities are draining your energies. So these are all things that you have to build. And I am actually helping people in, especially software engineers with ADHD, with the coaching program. And the first call is completely free. So if you want to just have a chat, please contact me. There is a link down in the description. We can just have a chat. If you like it, we can discuss. Otherwise, it's been nice to meet you. So once you have the diagnosis and you find someone that has been there before you, you can really start putting things together and building your new life, because it's literally a new life, and the diagnosis will take a number of months or years. Like in my case, it took a couple of years almost to do a couple of cycles where you start from I am destroyed because now I am broken, I have ADHD. Then you realize you're not broken. You realize that you can leverage ADHD. You have actually an unfair advantage. You just need to learn how to use that unfair advantage. By the way, the video about unfair advantage is up here. So if you're interested, you can watch that. And then at that point, your job becomes how you can structure your life in a way that makes you give the best of yourself in a consistent way. So again, there are so many things that you can do, but you need to understand what works for you. And the other suggestion I want to give is something that in the past couple of years, with the introduction of AI in our lives, I found extremely exciting, because now with AI I can truly express my thoughts and also get help in organizing some of the aspects of my life. For example, there are prompts that you can use when you are low in terms of mood or in terms of energies. Those prompts will give back energy or will take away some boring tasks that you really cannot do. So most of the time, creating that challenge in, oh, I'm gonna create the perfect prompt that will remove all the fatigue from me, is what you need. And in the program, what we're gonna do is working together on identifying what are the biggest problems, the biggest bottlenecks, the biggest frustration that are due to your ADHD, and trying to figure out how we can shape your day, shape your routine in a way that will mitigate, alleviate, or completely eliminate these problems. The other thing I won't stress enough is the fact that you need to understand that that feeling of being broken is completely useless. You are not broken, you are just working in a different way. And the message that Yana left in the comments was really useful for me to make this content. So I want to help all the people that are in that limbo where they struggle to identify themselves. They don't know why they have that feeling of being broken, that feeling of being an imposter. The message for you is spend time understanding yourself, spend time understanding what works and what doesn't, and then take action. The action is creating your map to navigate your life, and that takes time. So don't rush, don't be hard with yourself, just focus on it. So if this video resonated with you and you like the content of this channel, remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below with what are your mitigation techniques, what you are doing to survive in the world of ADHD. And in the meantime, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.